Did you know that certain common habits could actually make your eggs harmful? While eggs are widely known as an excellent source of high-quality protein and loaded with important vitamins, how you handle them can make a big difference. Most people don't realize that improper cooking or storage can turn eggs from a health booster into something that quietly undermines your well-being. Whether eggs support your health or harm, it often depends on the way they're stored, prepared, and cooked. In this video, we'll explore 5 easy-to-miss mistakes that can reduce the health benefits of eggs, or worse, introduce hidden risks. Some of these may surprise you, especially if you've been preparing eggs the same way for years. But once you understand how these mistakes work, you'll feel more confident in how to enjoy eggs safely. Stick around until the end, because this isn't just about what to avoid. It's about what simple, smart changes you can make to protect your health long-term. We'll walk you through what happens when eggs are mishandled and how to keep them a nourishing part of your daily meals. So, if you want your eggs to support your health instead of secretly harming it, keep watching. Let's begin with mistake number 1, overcooking your eggs. It's one of the most frequent errors people make, and it can actually change the structure of your food. Eggs are naturally full of protein, healthy fats, and critical vitamins, but when you cook them too hard, like frying until browned, boiling until the yolk turns gray-green, or scrambling at high heat, you risk damaging those nutrients. High heat can cause oxidation, creating harmful byproducts. One of the most concerning is oxidized cholesterol, which has been associated with increased inflammation and a higher risk of heart issues. If you've ever smelled that strong sulfur-like odor after boiling eggs for too long, that's your sign. It's caused by a reaction between the sulfur in the white and the iron in the yolk, forming iron sulfide. While this chemical doesn't make eggs dangerous, it's an indicator that their nutrients have been compromised. Eating eggs like this regularly can add to long-term health concerns, especially for older adults who are already more prone to inflammation-related problems. Think of Robert, a 76-year-old who'd eaten eggs every day for years. He liked frying them until they were crispy on the edges, thinking it gave them more flavor. But over time, he began experiencing more bloating and heartburn. After learning about the risks of cooking eggs at high temperatures, he changed his method. He began cooking them on lower heat, gently scrambling instead of frying. Within weeks, he noticed better digestion and increased energy throughout the day. Another downside to overcooking is nutrient loss. Eggs provide important nutrients like vitamin B12, folate, and antioxidants such as lutein and zeaxanthin, all of which are essential for maintaining brain and eye health. But when eggs are cooked at very high temperatures for too long, these nutrients begin to break down. That means even if you're eating eggs daily, you might not be getting their full nutritional benefit if they're being overcooked. If eggs are one of your main sources of nutrition, how you cook them matters just as much as the fact that you're eating them. The good news is that you don't have to stop eating eggs to avoid these issues. You just need to pay attention to how you prepare them. Cooking eggs gently, whether through soft boiling, poaching, or slow scrambling, helps retain their nutrients while reducing the chance of oxidation. Even when frying eggs, keeping the heat low and avoiding browned or crispy edges can make a big difference in preserving their health value. These small adjustments can help you get the full benefit from your meals without putting your health at risk. Now, let's move on to mistake number 2, eating raw or undercooked eggs. A lot of people assume that eating eggs raw gives them maximum nutrition, but the truth is, it opens the door to serious health risks. Raw eggs can carry harmful bacteria like salmonella, which can lead to foodborne illness. And while many people recover quickly from these infections, older adults are more vulnerable because the immune system naturally weakens with age. What might be a mild illness for someone younger can quickly become dangerous for a senior. If you've ever eaten raw cookie dough, homemade mayonnaise, or eggs with runny yolks, there's a chance you may have been exposed without knowing. While salmonella isn't present in every raw egg, it does happen, and the effects can be serious. Symptoms like fever, cramping, and dehydration are common, but in older adults, they can escalate, sometimes requiring hospitalization. And just because an egg looks clean or comes from a trusted source doesn't mean it's safe if it hasn't been stored or handled properly. Take Margaret, for instance. At 68, she liked to start her day with a smoothie that included a raw egg. She thought it was a simple way to get nutrients fast. But one day, she was hit with intense stomach pain and days of nausea. Her doctor confirmed it was salmonella. Margaret had never imagined that her raw egg routine could be the cause. After that, she switched to fully cooked eggs and hasn't had a problem since, still enjoying the nutrition without the risk. There's also another hidden issue with raw eggs. They contain avidin, a protein that binds to biotin, a B vitamin your body needs for energy, nerve health, and strong hair and skin. When eggs are raw, avidin can block your body from absorbing this important vitamin, which can lead to deficiencies over time. Cooking the egg deactivates avidin, allowing your body to take in all the benefits without any drawbacks. Some people believe that eggs from organic or free-range chickens are safer to eat raw, but that's not a guarantee. Any egg can carry bacteria regardless of its source. The safest way to enjoy eggs is to make sure they're fully cooked. Scrambled eggs, hard-boiled eggs, and poached eggs, where both the whites and yolks are cooked until firm, are considered safe choices. If you prefer your yolks a bit runny, using pasteurized eggs can lower the risk, but fully cooking them is always the safest route. If you're still watching and finding these tips helpful, go ahead and comment the number 2 below to let me know you're with us. And if you haven't subscribed yet, I suggest you hit that button and turn on notifications so you don't miss out on future videos. Your support makes it possible for us to keep sharing content that educates and empowers. Now, let's keep going. Mistake number 3: storing cooked eggs the wrong way. A lot of people don't think twice about what they do with eggs after they've been cooked, but the way you store them matters more than you might think. If cooked eggs are left out too long or not stored properly, they can quickly become unsafe to eat. Warm temperatures are the perfect environment for bacteria to grow, and once eggs hit that danger zone between 40 and 140 degrees Fahrenheit, it only takes a few hours for harmful bacteria to take hold. This is especially dangerous for older adults because foodborne illness can hit harder and take longer to recover from. If you've ever left a plate of scrambled eggs sitting out and came back a few hours later thinking they were still okay to eat, you may have taken a bigger risk than you realized. The longer they sit out, the more likely they are to host bacteria like Salmonella, Listeria, or E. coli. While refrigerating cooked eggs can slow down bacteria growth, they still need to be stored correctly, always in a sealed, airtight container and eaten within a few days. Take hard-boiled eggs, for instance. They should be eaten within 1 week. Scrambled or fried eggs should be consumed within 3 to 4 days. George, who's 72, used to cook a big batch of scrambled eggs every Sunday and keep them in a loosely covered dish in the fridge. Each morning he'd scoop out a portion, but after dealing with frequent stomach discomfort, he began to wonder if his storage habits were to blame. Once he started using airtight containers and cooking smaller amounts more frequently, those digestive problems stopped completely. Another issue people forget about is cross-contamination. If cooked eggs are stored near raw meat or unwashed produce, they can pick up bacteria. Just because they've been cooked doesn't mean they stay safe forever. Once cooled, eggs are just as vulnerable as any other food in your fridge. And let's not forget about reheating. Eggs don't always reheat well. If you've ever microwaved leftovers and found they turned rubbery or smelled off, that's because eggs are sensitive to heat once cooked. Overheating can ruin the texture and reduce their nutritional value. A better method is to reheat them slowly on the stove over low heat, adding a touch of moisture like a splash of water or broth to keep them soft. If you must use the microwave, go with short bursts and stir in between to prevent overcooking. If you want to stay safe from foodborne illness and get the full nutritional benefit of your eggs, make sure to store them correctly, keep them cold, and eat them within the proper time frame. How you handle your food plays a big role in protecting your health, and something as simple as storing eggs the right way can help you avoid unnecessary digestive issues and keep you feeling well. Mistake number 4. Eating expired or damaged eggs. One of the fastest ways to turn a healthy egg into a potential hazard is by eating eggs that are cracked, spoiled, or stored incorrectly. Even if an egg looks fine on the outside, if it's past its best or has a small crack, it could be carrying harmful bacteria like salmonella. This is especially risky for older adults, whose immune systems may not be as strong as they used to be, making it harder to recover from infections. If you've ever looked at the eggs in your fridge and wondered whether they're still safe, you're not alone. A lot of people go by the expiration date on the carton, but eggs can go bad before that date, or last longer, depending on how they've been stored. One of the best ways to check is the water test. Just place the egg in a bowl of cold water. If it sinks and lies flat, it's fresh. If it stands on one end, it's still safe but should be used soon. If it floats, it's time to toss it. Take Evelyn, who's 74 and always tries to be careful with her meals. She didn't used to check her eggs before cooking. One morning, she cracked one into the pan and noticed a funny smell, but decided to eat it anyway. A few hours later, she was nauseous and dealing with stomach cramps. A trip to the doctor confirmed food poisoning caused by a spoiled egg. From that day on, she started doing the water test and hasn't had a problem since. Another key point is how eggs are stored before they even reach your kitchen. If they're exposed to the wrong temperature, at the store, in transit, or in your own fridge, they can develop condensation, which makes it easier for bacteria to grow. That's why it's important to keep eggs in the coldest part of the refrigerator, not in the door where the temperature changes each time it opens. Cracked eggs are another risk. Even a small crack can let bacteria in. If you notice one when you get home from the store, don't take the chance. Just throw it away. The same goes for eggs that smell odd or look off. These are clear warnings that they've gone bad and shouldn't be eaten. If you're still watching and finding this information useful, leave a comment with the number 4 to let me know you're here. And if you haven't subscribed yet, I recommend doing so and turning on notifications so you don't miss future videos. Your support helps us continue sharing valuable content to help and inspire you. Now, let's keep going. Mistake number 5. Cooking eggs in unhealthy oils. One of the biggest mistakes people make when cooking eggs is using the wrong kind of oil. Eggs themselves are a great source of protein, healthy fats, and key nutrients, but the oil you use to cook them can turn a healthy meal into one that increases inflammation and raises long-term health risks. Most people don't realize that some oils, especially heavily processed vegetable oils, break down under high heat, creating harmful substances that can slowly damage your body. If you've been frying eggs in margarine or oils like soybean, corn, or canola, you may have unknowingly added trans fats and oxidized fats to your diet. These harmful fats have been linked to inflammation, heart disease, and even memory problems as we age. Unlike natural fats that your body can handle well, trans fats interfere with how your cells work and can cause lasting harm over time. Older adults should be especially mindful of this, since chronic inflammation is a major factor in conditions like arthritis and heart disease. Take Frank, for instance. He's 78 and had been using vegetable oil for years to fry his eggs. He thought all oils were the same, but after learning how processed oils could be hurting his health, he switched to better options like olive oil and butter. Within a few weeks, he noticed he felt lighter after meals and his digestion improved. He didn't change what he ate, just how he cooked it, and that one adjustment made a real difference in his day-to-day life. Another issue with these oils is something called the smoke point, the temperature where oil starts to break down and release toxic compounds. Many vegetable oils have low smoke points, so when you cook with them at high heat, they release free radicals, unstable molecules that damage your cells and speed up aging. If you often fry eggs on high heat using these oils, you might be causing more harm than you realize. A smarter way to cook is to use oils that stay stable under heat. Butter, ghee, coconut oil, and extra virgin olive oil are all better choices for cooking eggs. They not only taste better, but they also provide healthy fats that support your brain, your heart, and your overall energy. If you like a lighter oil, avocado oil is another excellent option. It has a high smoke point and is rich in heart-friendly monounsaturated fats. The most important thing to remember is that how you cook your eggs matters just as much as the eggs themselves. Eggs can be a wonderful part of a healthy diet, but if you cook them in the wrong oil, you could be turning a good food into something harmful. A small change in your cooking habits can go a long way in protecting your health and helping you get the most benefit from the eggs you eat. Final thoughts. Now that you've learned about these 5 common mistakes, take a moment to reflect on how you've been handling and preparing your eggs. While eggs are one of the most nutrient-rich foods out there, the way you cook, store, and use them can be the difference between boosting your health and unintentionally putting yourself at risk. The good news? These mistakes are easy to fix, and once you do, you can keep enjoying eggs in a way that actually supports your well-being. If you tend to overcook your eggs, try using lower heat to protect their nutrients and avoid creating harmful compounds. If you've been eating them raw or not fully cooked, switching to thoroughly cooked eggs can reduce your chances of getting sick from bacteria. Storing them properly is just as important. Keeping cooked eggs cold and sealed can stop bacteria from growing. And if you've never checked your eggs for freshness or small cracks, a quick water test is a simple way to make sure they're still good to eat. Also, don't overlook the oil you're using. Choosing a healthier cooking fat can help reduce inflammation and make your meals even better for you. Your body depends on what you eat to stay strong, and making better decisions in the kitchen can improve everything from energy to digestion to long-term health. This isn't about cutting eggs from your diet. It's about learning how to prepare them in a smarter, safer way so you can keep enjoying their benefits without worry. Thanks so much for being here today. We'd love to hear from you. Share one thing you learned in the comments and how you plan to use it in your life. Your input means a lot to us, so don't hold back. Reading your comments is always a source of motivation and joy for us. If you found this video helpful, please like, subscribe, and share it. Your support helps us continue creating meaningful content that informs and uplifts. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you again in the next video.